From the moment you arrive, something special happens at SeaTac Mall. Every one of our 106 stores and restaurants offers so much variety and with such style. A friendly, relaxed atmosphere to shop in, and events on the mall every week. Start your back-to-school shopping at SeaTac Mall, where something special happens the moment you arrive.
Now there's a good reason the people come back to SeaTac Mall.
Welcome to the Commons at Federal Way in Federal Way, Washington, formerly known as SeaTac Mall. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed seeing the mall commercial from 1981. I added that in here at the very beginning, so that way you can have an idea of what the mall looked like in the past. And I just have to mention that that design stayed in the mall. The mall is designed that way all the way up until about 2003, 2004, when the mall went through some major renovations. What you see here is actually even more recent than that. Target came as an anchor store in 2004 or 5. 2004, more likely. And all these windows, all those front windows you see right now, these were former storefronts. I'm not exactly sure as to why the mall added in these windows, this open space. I'm not 100% sure. But as you can see here, you can see where the old mall meets the new part of the mall. Alright, so now I have to mention that beforehand, I will have to ask for your forgiveness, because even though the mall is known as the Commons at Federal Way, to me, growing up, it was known as SeaTac Mall. And I will most likely be calling it SeaTac Mall throughout the entire video. Now you can see coming up here at the end of this hallway where it comes to this corner and you take a left and keep going. That used to be a McDonald's, and right next to that used to be like a Texas Grill, which turned into a Subway. Now, I knew some of the employees that worked at that McDonald's because I had worked at a McDonald's across the street from this mall. And every once in a while, I would have to come over to this McDonald's location to pick up some other stuff for our store. And now just coming up right here, this Zito Pizza. Sorry, I can't pronounce it really correctly. But this is actually the site of where the world's first Cinnabon restaurant opened up. Cinnabon closed in the early 2000s when remodeling started happening. And it now is a pizza stand. And the pizza stand used to be at the actually used to be at the other end of the food court. When we first started walking into the food court, you noticed that there was a Baskin Robbins, and across the hall was like something that was like blocked off. That is what used to be a pizza place. Now, I'm sorry that throughout this video I've been kind of quiet, but I just kind of wanted to not really say a whole lot because I just kind of wanted people to enjoy the video. I have this video together because I wanted to document what it looked like at the time of recording in 2018. Because I know a lot of people still go to the mall and still have a lot of memories going to the mall, and the mall used to look completely different, as you saw at the very beginning of the video with that commercial from 1981. Now, just on the other side of this Bed Bath & Beyond, or Bath and Body Works, I'm sorry. There's a storefront that is there, and that actually used to be a Sam Goody, and then it went to an FIE music store, and after that, it was just kind of a bunch of different various stores afterwards. It was just, and this is a former Suncoast. And, but yeah, it used to be, it's one of those places that used to change store names and stuff like that, and constantly. Now, this Tilt Arcade used to be on the other side of the mall next to where Target used to be. And I'm actually not 100% sure when it left that part of the mall, because it had to be at least after 2009, because 2009 is when I moved to Utah, and it was still on the other side of the mall. Now, this right here is actually the former Sears. When the mall opened up in the 70s, Sears opened up with it, and it was one of the main anchors, and it was the last remaining anchor to be at the mall until it closed earlier in 2018. And after this scene, you'll be able to see just a clip of the store when it was actually open. I actually borrowed that video clip right here. Here it is. And as you can see, the video clip came from Traveling with Mike and Pam, who is my father, who also did a video of it just a few months before I did, because... And I actually wanted to use that just to be able to show that little clip of Sears, at least when it was open. Sears closed later, like about a month or two, I believe, after this scene was actually recorded. And as of this year, 2020, I was actually back home in Federal Way in August of 2020 because my little sister was getting married. And when I drove by this mall, Sears was still empty. And I'll go ahead, at the very end of this video, I'll go ahead and add in a little picture of it from that I actually took of the store in August, just to help document it. And also at the end of this video, when I post that Sears picture, I'll also include a couple other pictures of the Macy's store that is here. And if you pause the video on when those screenshots, those pictures are up, if you look close enough, you can actually see the label scarring of when the store was called the Bon Marché, or the Bon. You just gotta look very, very close, and you'll be able to make out the words "the Bon." I'm also going to include a picture of an abandoned Target, which is actually across the street from the mall. And the whole reason why the mall, or the Target, is abandoned is because in 2004, then Mervyn's had shuttered its doors here at the mall, closed, And then Target took over, demolished that section of the mall, and then rebuilt on it and opened up as a Target. And I will be posting that at the very end of the video just to document. The building has been closed and abandoned since 2004, and even to this day it's still closed. And that picture was actually that I took is actually taken in this year in August 2020 as well.